Hi everyone, this is Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. How are you wherever you are in the world when you're watching? A huge shout out to you. Thank you all for your feedback on my tarot scopes each month. I will have 2023 tarot scopes a little bit more in depth than what I do for the monthlies. They will be available, I think, in that week between Christmas and New Year. I'll also have a series of 2023 readings coming, including my annual prediction. But more on that later. I want to look at, well, I have to look at Trump, and I also want to take a look at social media. Most of you would know that on Twitter, there's just been this huge outbreak of anti-Semitic Nazism type rhetoric. Those that are posting incendiary, i.e. violent content, have been allowed back on Twitter. I think this underscores a huge shift by the people away from social media where there are monopolies and into a more diversified and trustworthy platform or platforms. I don't think that Facebook, Twitter, Instagram are going to cut it anymore. I think people are going to look to diversify into more trustworthy platforms. So we'll just take a look at how that pans out. But first to Trump. Now, I have always said, and I think I got pinged because of it, that I felt that either he would have an indictment before the midterms, or he would be told that he was the target of investigations prior to the midterms. I believe it's the latter. I believe he was told before the midterms that he would be a target. Straight away after the midterms, as quick as he could, he announced he was running. I reckon he knew before the midterms that he was that target. Now, a lot has happened with Trump. I don't read on the minutiae. I don't deal in the big headlines that get you to come and watch this reading. But it is time to look at what is going on with Trump, particularly in light of he's calling for the, or has called for the abolition of the American Constitution. Now that can only be incendiary to create a violent atmosphere. And he's being successful. The rhetoric led to, in one state in America, there was going to be an event, a gay pride type of event, and some of the, I'm assuming, MAGA type people literally sabotaged an electricity grid in the town where that was being held. So if we think that this stuff that we're seeing from Trump and this stuff that we're seeing coming over Twitter and other platforms won't lead to actual consequences, think again. I think there is this agenda to deliberately destabilise. I do believe it's a cold civil war environment in America, but let's drill down. And I do believe that some of this, at least, possibly most of this, not most, I would say some of this is being driven by opportunistic, nefarious foreign powers. All right, let's take a look first at Trump. Did he call what? Okay, we're going to ask what was his reason for calling for the abolition of the parts of the American Constitution, the rules, the regulations. Again, hearkening back to the big lie, which he knows is not true. So what was this reason? I'm guessing. Let's see if I can see something clairvoyantly. I know why. We all know why. What was his reason? It wasn't just to garner headlines. There's a little bit more to it than that. What was his reason? What was Trump's reason for? Now, I'm seeing somebody reading a book. I'm not sure what that's got to do with it. I think it's the first, yes, I do know. It's the first kind of step in getting people to move away from their constitution, move away from rules and regulations. It is the sowing of, it's like a type of gaslighting against the actual constitution. All right, which I think most Americans do hold dear. Let's see how dangerous he still is. All right, what was the reasoning behind Trump calling for the abolition of parts of the Constitution of America? What were the reasons? Show me clearly. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Swords, truth. So he's been confronted with, as I said, he's a target of investigations. He probably knows by now. His lawyers at the White House appeared. This isn't just, this is beyond classified documents. It's that and more. It is January the 6th. He already knows that indictments are coming. That's a powerful weapon that has been appearing in my readings for months when it comes to Trump and January 6th and other matters. The sword of truth is upon us, and it is coming for him. Three of Wands. Now we get to this foreign influence. I've always said that when these indictments do come, I believe that it's going to be far worse than what even we think now. To me, that's the eagle. I know that represents your, it's your totem, it's your theme. It represents in a way, freedom, liberty, the things that are outlined in the Constitution. But the Three of Wands is also looking to foreign shores, or can be looking to foreign shores. I've done the work. Now let's wait for that ship to come in. At another level, this is the truth doing its work, and that something could be about to drop. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if it's even on the classified documents. Now, the 11th Circuit Court of Appeal has ruled and sided with the DOJ. If Trump decides to take it to the Supreme Court, I can predict now, won't even hear it. Okay? So he's probably been told that. The DOJ can now, under Special Counsel Smith, can now get on with their job of bringing forward charges on the classified documents case alone. That also could have some kind of foreign bearing. But this is January the 6th. I believe there is a foreign influence even on January the 6th. Now, we already know that from stories in the media that there were donations to the far-right militia-type groups like the Oath Keepers, Proud Boys in cryptocurrency. So I think there's a lot in those two cards, whether it pertains to January 6th or the classified documents. Two of Wands, something coming to fruition in time. Yeah, he's been told indictments are coming, and that's at the foundation of the reading. There's also patience to be called for. Well, he is not being patient, is he? We're being patient now. We're playing the long game. But Trump is actually melting down. Let's see what's in the past. Page of Wands. Yeah, he's been told. He's been told he's the target. Whether it's, whether it was before the midterms or again after Pat Cipollone, his White House counsel, appeared before the grand jury, he knows what's coming. All right, the Nine of Pentacles is in the sky. This is to do with the money, following the money. And this is where I think the foreign influence comes in relation to January the 6th. One of my first readings threw up the money trail, and I said eventually Merrick Garland would follow that. So I do feel that they are honing in on that aspect. Wire fraud, the campaign donations I read this morning, some of his super PAC is being used to pay for a January the 6th witness, Cash Patel included in the documents, and January the 6th. So that's independence, that's the money, that's having enough money to sustain independence. Again, the other aspect is the House now has his tax returns. There are undisclosed debts there to a foreign power. So basically, when I say Trump is toast, I mean it. It's not just one thing, it's many. Seven of Cups, he is again, I mean, if I had a card for him, it's Neptune. I think his Neptune is in Libra. I looked at his chart the other day. In the new year, I might do a solar return, look back at his 2022 solar return and then his 2023 solar return. So I was looking at his natal chart. I think he has Neptune in Libra. He's going to spin, and that can also point to lying. Lying about his money, which was his foundational lie. I think it's in the second house, but more on that later. This is, why is he calling for the abolition? This is again to gaslight. It's all the things that I talked about at the beginning of this reading. I do want to say that we need to stop being triggered by what is obvious, is an obvious gaslight at the that he brings forward when the going is really tough. We need to be stop being triggered and responsive and reactionary to that, and understand that this is part of the very open game that he plays now. We all know it, and we should turn off. But, however, there are people amongst his hardcore MAGA base that haven't moved away from a washed-up former failed president who are going to fall for this. So his intention is incendiary. It's to create violence. There's a manifestation and a manipulation in the here and now with the Magician card. Let's see what is... Yeah, okay. So he's wanting to put maximum pressure. You know, night is day and day is night here. The Hanged Man talks about entrancing people. I'm afraid that what he's trying to do is whip up this cold civil war environment. He's so desperate that he thinks that somehow he's got a pathway to victory. And of course, I can tell you as a psychic, clairvoyant reader that he's not going to get his way. It's not going to work this time. But in his mind, he still thinks that it will. So the Knight of Wands, in the hopes and fears, he fears the indictments, movement forward. And this is also marshalling, tuning in, trying to tap in and manipulate people's emotions and passions here. So he hopes in some way that that's going to buy him something or bring him something. It's his utter downfall. So it's not to take away from any sort of headlines. It's more than that. As I said at the beginning of this reading, the Ten of Swords, he knows he's going down. And we've got the Hermit. He also knows he's becoming increasingly isolated, because when you play with the sword, you're likely to get cut. When you play with the truth, ultimately it's likely to come back at you. And he knows that there are people who are taking this opportunity because he can't win elections for them to move away, and he's becoming more and more isolated. And I've always said the Republican Party, who have been demonstrated to be so cowardly and so superficial and so opportunistic and so divisive and so incendiary, are taking this opportunity to let Merrick Garland do their work, their dirty work for him. Now we have full illumination. So what does the Hermit do? The Hermit lights the candle in the dark. But look, we've got the sun here. So there's something about his downfall will be, as I said, it's more than popcorn viewing at a movie theatre. There's going to be stuff that comes forward that, you know, not even we can guess at. So there is that Ten of Swords, complete and utter ruination. It also marks the ending of a cycle. Now, at the base of the pack, we have the King of Pentacles with all his money. We have the Star card, Hope in the Past, the Six of Cups. So it's like, for him, the best laid plans are going astray. The things that he planned just didn't work. And he's also holding on still to more classified documents, and it's just getting too much for him, the Ten of Wands. And of course, ultimately what happens is that he starts to drop things. So this is about calling for the Constitution to be abolished, is about the law and indictments getting closer and closer to him, and his complete and utter downfall. Now, I for one will be very happy to see that occur. Let's see if the DOJ are going to get what's remaining of those documents that he's still holding on to. I've always said that they are probably located at Bedminster, possibly in the houses of his children, of his adult children. And we know that Ivanka is moving further and further away. I think he's isolated. He's isolated. All right. Okay. All right. Let's step back a bit. I'm just going to pull 3 cards, December, January and February. When are indictments coming? The first first cab off the rank is likely to be around those classified documents, and I think it is obstruction. But I mean, I think I'm going to be surprised when the special counsel and Garland do eventually act, because I think it's going to be far deeper and greater than what we think. Okay, so let's have a look at 3 cards for Trump over the next 3 months in relation to the DOJ. Can you tell me when the DOJ might be going to indict? Well, it would be special counsel, recommendation, and then Garland. Now, I also want to say that I think the special counsel was brought on before the midterms in relation to Trump being told he's a target. So again, Garland has always been one step ahead. Okay, so we've got the star. Okay, just to let you know, anyone who's feeling a little bit gloomy. All right, Trump, December, January, February. Can you show me, are there indictments coming up for Trump on any of these months? December, January, February. Knight of Swords for December. A lot of truth coming out. January, Ace of Cups. That's an emotional reset and a new start. And we've got the Two of Pentacles. A decision to be made. I'm going to do one more. And we've got his card, the Lovers. There are indictments coming for those very close around him. People like Kash Patel, etc. Now we have the 9 of Wands, guardrails, weary in battle. We have the Magician again trying to manipulate and manifest a victory. And we've got 7 of Wands having to defend himself. So again, facing those court battles. I'm going to draw some clarifiers and bring this laptop down. And then I want to get on to social media. All right, so I'm using the Spellcasters Tarot and now the Black and Gold Tarot. So December, we've got huge truth coming forward. So these bombshells keep coming. The Knight has the Ace of Swords in his hand. There's a steady onward march to reveal the whole truth and nothing but the truth. All right, and for that we should be thankful. We should count our blessings that is the case. All right, Knight of Swords. Is this an indictment in December? Okay, 10 of Cups. It's family. And we've got decisions. Okay, so they're making decisions. And we've got the Lovers card. Okay, so I think also they're considering charges against his family. Now, this could be even at the New York state level. And the Sun. Yeah, I think if we go to the Manhattan, I think Manhattan DA is, I think that case wraps up in December. The Trump org is on trial. And from that, they get the enough evidence, if there's a conviction there, to perhaps bring some indictments toward those managing directors of the Trump organisation. That's what I got a feeling there. Also feel the DOJ is considering, so much we don't know, who's flipped, who's talking to him. Ivanka and Jared could literally have flipped. It's big. So there's something around huge truth coming forward in December. January, everything goes quiet. It might be the time that they do bring an indictment forward. The Ace of Cups is a yes. King of Wands looks like the courts. the family card keeps coming up. And again, the two of swords, a crossroads, decisions to be made. And we've got those that he joined with. I think that the January 6th investigation has now evidence, has proof that Trump was involved directly. We know indirectly he was. We know directly he was, but it's a question of proof. I feel that they have the proof that he was involved in the actual insurrection. And it's an abuse of power. I think if we don't see charges in December, we're going to see something big drop in January, about January the 6th. I'm going to go back to that Knight of Swords on the documents case. Now we have the Two of Pentacles. That can be manipulation, but this is having to make a decision here in February. Why is this Two of Pentacles here? Something wants to come out. You're going to see, I think, January 6th indictments, possibly by March. That's the Ten of Swords. That's the outcome of calling for the abolition of the Constitution. March is a terrible month for Trump. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh my goodness. Notice how his Gemini card keeps coming up. March, the end. January the 6th, you could see indictments by March. It's not just for Trump. It's for everyone around him that enabled him. So, March is the big month. March is the big month. Remembering also Pat Cipollone would have told him what documents he could and couldn't take as well. So it's all in one. Gee whiz. Okay, I'm going to go back to that Knight of Swords in a minute. All right, March, April. Is this the dominoes falling? December, January, February. We're going to see indictments in February. Excuse me, it's February. Now let's look at March. February is the big month. I think around January the 6th matters. The Lovers. Why is the Lovers here in March? Okay, we've got three. We've got circles of support, we've got celebrations, and we've got the King of Wands. So you'll see not only charges against Trump over February and March, Knight of Swords, you're going to see charges against those around him. The Roger Stones, the Knight of Wands, he knows this. The Roger Stones, Judgment, my God. Okay. February, March are very, very key months for January 6th indictments for him. It's very, 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 very close. I want to go back to this Knight of Swords in December. I'm just going to ask why that is there. We're at least going to see. Now, remember he delayed. So it could be that the delays finish when he, at least the classified documents, I wonder if there's something around January the 6th in the classified documents. I'm just going to ask that. Is there something in the documents he took that reflect badly on him in relation to January the 6th? The Magician, manifestation and manipulation. Can you show me clearly, is there something in the classified documents that he took that may indicate or tie him in any way to January the 6th? The Hierophant, the government. Remembering that the Department of Defense, the DOD, Christopher Smith, was that his name? The temporary head of the Defense Department. So we've got the government. We've also got like events, special events. It's my card for the Democrats, and the Ten of Pentacles. What could this be? Okay, so work and planning and skill and control. Okay, so there could literally be some document there that may relate to him putting people in particular places. Yeah, the past, control in the past. And we've got new starts coming. So there's even something in the classified documents that have some sort of bearing on January the 6th. In any case, I'm going to say that that was pretty clear. So we've got a lot of truth emerging. So again, hang on to your hats. It'll come out over December and January. It allows for this new era beyond Trump to start to come into form. And then we've got February and March, I feel, are huge months for indictments. I'm also going to say, but I want to get onto social media, I'm also going to say that watch the New York Manhattan DA and Letitia James matters. One's civil, one's criminal. That Trump and his adult children who are managing directors on that Trump org may actually face an indictment or a charge at state level. I haven't even looked at Fulton County yet. That could even be part of this February-March domino effect. But anyway, there you have my latest readings. Let's now move to Musk. Yay. Twitter. Mass migration. Yes, mass migration. I think Mastodon at one point was taking nearly 400,000 new subs each week. It's pretty active. Post News is another one. Lots of new platforms springing up. It's like we're scattering, and it's scattering away. I've seen articles saying Instagram is over. I don't know about that. But at this stage, with all Zuckerberg's sins, he looks like an angel when he stands alongside Elon Musk, and that is saying something. Musk, let's focus in again. I just cannot believe anyone can be so transparently stupid as to basically turn Twitter into a 4chan or a Telegram or a Truth Social, which, by the way, is going down really quickly. It's part of the Trump downfall. But anyway, later. Let's go to what is. I cannot believe that Musk is so deliberately manipulative. But to what end? It's bugging me. I mean, because it's so obvious. It's like too obvious. What is Musk trying to do? Because he's failing at it. Show me, why is he just being so obviously manipulative and incendiary, which is gaslighting and violent, allowing these people back on Twitter? What the hell is going on with Musk? Why is he doing this? Can you show me clearly, please? As I said, I'm in disbelief. The King of Wands, they're the lawmakers. What's going on here? And we've got circles of support, celebrations. The Hanged Man is pausing and suspension. I keep getting that for Musk. He's pausing and suspending. Or that's what will be the outcome. The Hermit card, isolation, investigation. What secrets is Musk hiding? 5 of Pentacles. I think his money situation. He's also is not as good as what we think. But he can't make money from, basically driving people away. Retreat, wounded in battle, stepping back. Can he be that stupid? Perhaps he is. The Page of Pentacles being cut down. Not a king, but a page. That's in the here and now. There's money problems here. The atmosphere around, though, is victory. Victory. Can be many things. Not necessarily victory for him, but perhaps victory for a more diverse social media. Hopes and fears, the Tower. Oh, gosh. Okay. Why is he so obviously stupid? I think he's so obviously desperate. And there's a money issue here. So we've got movement is the outcome forward. Movement toward what? Partisanship, obstacles and challenges, having people fight with one another. And we've got the Ten of Swords, the complete and utter downfall. This is a very mixed reading. What I'm seeing here are money issues for Musk. I'm seeing a deliberate strategy to create division. But it's also the end of something as well. And we've got moderation, the end of moderation. Restriction, paranoia, the Queen of Wands, and delusion and illusion. There is an underlying effort here. The lying card, which this is for entertainment purposes only, and the government, undermining the government, the devil card, and an offer of something. He's in debt to somebody. We're yet with the High Priestess to find out just how bad his money issues are. This is deliberate. This is desperate. He's going to have a huge fall. The Four of Swords, wounded in battle. We're going to see the downfall of Musk as well. And it's not going to be such a bad thing for, as I said, diversification of social media. Should not be in the hands of an oligarch doing this out of desperation and perhaps a huge debt to somebody. That's all I've got for you. Not all. That's what I've got for you today. Have a good one. I'm now on Mastodon and also Post News. I trust both of them. You'll hear lots of terrible things about all the new platforms. But in my experience, Mastodon and Post News they fit the bill for me. Mastodon is multiple servers, never going to be in the hands of one oligarch. It's, as I said, if Musk owns Twitter and it's the big high-rise in the middle of the town square, Mastodon is all the houses around. And so there's power in the collective, and this is part of the new age of Aquarius. Post News, I actually have to be... it's very civil. It's civil, it's science-based. It's, when I say science-based, it's a civil discourse on Post News. And that is operated, again, by the founder of, he was Google's VP, Vice President of Product. But you'll hear all sorts of rumours about all of these platforms. So you do your own research, and I can only give you my experiences. All right, I'll be back again toward the end of the week. I'm doing a joint reading, all things being equal. I've got family and health commitments, which make doing joint readings very difficult for me, so I don't do very many. But I do read with Dr. Skirbo. She's a friend of mine, and she understands. She understands my commitments. But all things being equal, hopefully we'll be doing a joint reading looking at the US Sibley chart and in 2022, and also how it might pan out in 2023. So there'll be some astrology and tarot in that reading toward the end of the week. Again, thank you for your kindness to me and my family. Thank you. And to my friends and to those that I am able to give back to. I'm a great believer in paying it forward and helping where I can. So thank you for being part of my journey and for your huge kindness to me. All right, I'll be back again with another reading soon. Bye for now.